How's it going, guys? This is Avollon, and welcome back to Avollon's World. Should I say the end of Avollon's World? Not actually the series, just the dimension. Like to pull that little joke here and there. So, we actually started this episode off with a time lapse. Decided to do something a little different, and we built this tunnel. Normally time lapses are in the middle of my videos. Well, now we started with one. And we got the tunnel leading to our Enderman XP farm, which doesn't exist yet. It's coming soon to a theater near you. We're not going to talk about that. That's what we're going to be doing today, in today's episode. But as you can see, I've been working in the end here a little bit to just kind of get some infrastructure going, get some paths in place, make things a little bit easier to walk around and travel. We built the tunnel so we can get to the Enderman XP farm, so we don't have to fly, even though 9 chances out of 10 I'm going to have an elytra. But, it looks good. The finished design looks pretty good. You've seen the first 2 quadrants here on the time lapse, and I just repeated that all the way down. And you might have actually caught glimpses of everything else here in the time lapse, but just a little brief showcase. We got some chorus plants growing out the front, a nice endstone brick stairwell leading down to the spawn platform, and a nice little place where I can just mine out some endstone. So, we've been doing that. There's also been a couple other things I've been doing in between episodes, and those are back in the overworld. I've been AFK both at my main base area and at my witch farm area. I'm using a different texture pack this time. I've been AFK here and AFK over at the witch hut. Let's sleep so I don't have to deal with mobs, because I don't know if I slept since my AFK session, and phantoms are not fun. So I've went ahead and converted my cactus farm into a bone meal farm. It's not producing nearly as much bone meal as I need, so I'm going to have to adjust that. But one other thing I did was sort my sorting system. Finally! I got so many shulker boxes. No, this one. Shulker boxes. So many of them. These are all full shulker boxes, and we've got my ender chests full of shulker boxes. We've got another 242 stacks of shulker shells, so, we're doing pretty good in that department. Another thing we ended up doing was... I gotta try to remember what we did. We made an entrance to our end portal. Now it's in the overworld and not the nether. I decided to switch it up. And now, since I have my wings, I can actually show you where our witch hut is in corresponding distance to our base. Our base is this entire Savannah M biome, and this is actually the swamp the witch hut is in. So conveniently enough, it's a flyby. It's like 30 seconds to fly over here. And here we have the witch hut over here. I've been AFK here as well, and I've got about a double chest of every resource. I've taken some to make some stuff and whatnot, so mine that. Some glass bottles and sugar and sticks. But over here is one of the other things I did. This is the end portal. So I added some rubble here, and I might add some other things later on. We got our exhume of squids later down the road, but this actually leads us right to the end portal, which you can see there. Now there's water on top of it, because if I were to fall from here into the end portal and then it would spawn me into the end, it would still actually calculate my fall distance, like my fall damage, as I would have fallen from this height in the end, which is strange, but good to know. There's some interesting mechanics here. But we can actually just fall down in and boom, right back into the end we are. Took a second to load, but ta-da! So in today's episode, we are going to be working on our Enderman XP farm. I might have mentioned at the end of the last episode that we were going to be doing another end city raiding, like how to raid an end city, tips and tricks, something like that. I decided to scrap that episode and go straight into my Enderman XP farm because I've got a whole bunch of other projects I want to get started. I decided to kind of make things easier on myself. You guys won't ever know any of it until the episodes are released, but I'm gonna kind of categorize episodes into like story arcs. They're not gonna be stories necessarily, but they're kind of gonna be okay. So from this episode to this episode, I want to get this, and this accomplished. So it will give me a clear goal of what to get done and what to do per episode. So like these past handful of episodes, I think 9 episodes have been really just to get to this point, to get to the end, to get an elytra and to build the Enderman farm. Like to get to the end was the main thing of the past 9 episodes. So the next couple episodes, I might mention it at the beginning of like a new arc type thing is how I'm gonna describe it. I might mention like, alright, like these are my plans for like the coming episodes, or I might just leave it completely up in the air and you guys will have to guess on it and keep you guessing coming back, because that is important. But anyway, enough rambling on. I've got some progress to make. I've finalized my ideas on this farm now. I had some different ideas, and I'm gonna go with some of the classic designs involving an endermite, but I'm gonna have it with a 3x3 section right in the middle with some, I think I have it, yeah, some soul sand and hoppers leading into chests. Now, one of the things I decided to scrap was an entire sorting system. It's ender pearls. You don't need item sorters. I was just going to have them feed into chests, but I don't need double chest upon double chest of ender pearls. I'm going to be coming here more than often enough to repair my tools that I don't need to have chest upon chest of ender pearls. I'm going to have a double chest connected to each of the 3 hoppers in the front, and then maybe 1 off on each side, and that should be more than enough. It'll be flush with the floor, and we'll only have 1 layer. One thing I do plan on adding is a dialable enchanting table from Tango Tech way back in the day. That thing still works like a charm, and even though I don't really use the dialable portion of it, it's cool to have, just in case, you know, a new enchantment comes out, you need to get this specific level, or, you know, it's better to get it at this level, something like that. This is going to be where we're doing the majority of our enchanting from now on, so we need something like that over here. Other than that, the only other things, there's a couple little other small tidbits that I might include. You gotta watch to see what they might be. I've got some interesting ideas to throw a mix into the whole Enderman farm here, but yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to get cracking and get some progress done. Get cracking, yeah, okay. I'm gonna get some progress done, and I will be back once I got some layouts in place. Alright, so I made some progress down here, guys. Decided to go with a circle instead of building a normal square building type thing, you know, it's Minecraft, revolving around blocks. So a circle is kind of going out, thinking outside the box. Get it? Anyway, decided to go with a circle just to kind of, you know, switch it up. I don't think I've ever done like a circle type build around the Enderman farm, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Who knows? I also installed a resource pack to make Enderman and water quieter, specifically for YouTube, and probably for myself as well, because I'm not going to want to hear water constantly running. You might hear it faintly, it quiets it down. It doesn't get rid of it all. So, you know, it works. It makes it a lot more tolerable. But anyway, we got all our grindstones, anvils, and crafting tables. We've got chests to store the ender pearls and an ender chest back in the back here, back in the back. We also got ourselves the enchantment table. Decided not to use the dialable design because it would just be a little bit too big for this space, and I didn't want to make the circle any bigger because you can tell I've already got a lot of empty space so as it is. So, if anything, the one back in the overworld at our base, I did design around eventually making it a dialable enchantment table. So if we desperately need to, we can renovate that one and get that going. But I gotta make the spawn platform up above us with the drop chute. I need some rails before I do that, so I gotta remember that. And a minecart. I have the ender chest, so I got name tags in one of my shulker boxes. But one of the things I forgot to mention at the end of the last clip that we did in between episodes, because it was overnight, forgot about it, is I did some trading with our villagers over in our village at the village that we saved. I'm going to change this because it's bothering me. In episode 10, the village, over at the village that we saved in episode 10. All I had to say was the village from episode 10. That's it. But decided to throw a lot of other words in there, and this is why I don't like words. And words don't like me. Anyway, I was watching some Hermitcraft videos, and they were refreshing the villagers' trades by taking away their workstation, which I had thought that was removed. So, first thing I did was run over there, took a lectern, and I got myself a mending villager. Not only one, but two mending villagers. Did a raid, traded pretty much all my sugarcane away, and I got about like 20 mending books, so we don't have to worry about that, and we can start working on a second backup set of armor and tools. So, we're going to do another time lapse in today's episode, but it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a third person time lapse. Finally figured out how to do that. Hopefully, everything goes well. And yeah, so without further ado, you should start to hear some music. And let's get into that third person time. So even though I have a texture pack, a resource pack that makes them supposedly quiet, they don't want to be quiet. And all I have to do is swing me sword. I can even just punch them to death if I really wanted to. And the chests are actually filling up a lot quicker than I thought they would. So we might have to come up with some sort of non-looting sword. I might just make an unbreaking, sweeping edge 3 sword, and yeah, the farm's already maxed out here. Even at 20% volume, these guys are still obnoxious. So anyway, let's get up top and show you guys the finalized design. I got the endermite in place, and I think it only took 2 ender pearls, surprisingly. So I was kind of shocked about that, but there he is over there, and ooh. I don't think that, did he just jump? Did the enderman just jump? Alright, that guy just does not, okay, that guy cares. This guy does not care. Alright, whatever. Guess what, dude? You're going to fall down in the pit of happiness. Go join. Oh, now you're angry. Alright, that's not the way I left the endermite. Let's not look up. Oh, that's why I said don't look up. Anyway, you can see there's a giant enderman over here. I built that. I was kind of saving that, but yeah. Built the giant enderman because I felt like it. And I think he fits pretty well here in the end. Let's make sure not to look at another one. I can look at him. He won't come after me. I've got the materials to make a second one, and I think I'm going to make another one exactly like this in the overworld, right next to the end portal entranceway, just to kind of give it more life, and it kind of signifies that that's the enderman, you know. Oh, I can see the iron bar all the way from over here. Cool. So, yeah, I gotta go build the one in the overworld and get that far. I gotta fix this endermite problem, because I don't want to get another one. So as long as these guys spawn in, if I go ahead and get a piston, 2 of them, and a redstone block, I don't understand. Is that maybe high? You shouldn't at all be able to touch it, but maybe they can. So I might have to go ahead and push that dude up a little bit. And these guys are just going to continue spawning like crazy, so I'm just going to plaster torches around the top here and hopefully fix the endermite. If I have to, maybe I'll secure him a little bit better, because he's just sitting on top of an iron bar right now, which isn't the best. So I'm gonna light him up, and I'll probably meet you guys back in the overworld, where we'll go ahead and build a second giant enderman. He looks so cool just standing over there, so menacing, and yet so derpy looking because his eyes look cross-eyed. So I'll be back once I fix the endermite, and I'll meet you guys in the overworld. Alright, there he is in the darkness and night. You can barely see him, probably. Kind of really blends in with the nighttime sky behind him. But there is our enderman, looking mighty scary and mighty cross-eyed. But anyway, added some coarse trees around the area too. They just kind of give it a little bit more color, a little bit more pop. Give it a little like, hey, this is the end. There's an end. Forest trees. Stronghold. You know, it makes sense. So I think the place where we're going to see this from the most is up top here at the AFK platform for the witch hut. So let's take a look at what it looks like. I didn't check it at night. I'd say that looks pretty good. It's a completely black statue in green surroundings, so it's going to stick out. And there's a little bit of light, like I was talking about earlier, I think. I don't know if I mentioned that. I put some torches there. And the coarse trees are still growing, and I love how they grow so randomly. They're really a nice decorative piece and related builds and whatnot. So I always like to take advantage of them as much as I can. So yeah, I'd say that works pretty well. I can look at this guy all I want and he will not get mad. So yeah, I do plan on building some flower farms right over here just to kind of give this area more purpose. Oh, that's an enderman. And I've been practicing kind of gliding down, and it does work because once I hit the water, I just get flat. And I can kind of do that. I can avoid the portal altogether. But anyway, I do plan on putting a flower farm in the plains and swamp biome right next to the end portal, just so it kind of has more purpose over there. Because I need to make one in a swamp, and I need to make one in a plains biome, and it's literally right next to each other, so should work out pretty good. But I need a good source bone meal before that, so that'll be a project for another day. Into the end we go, and there's the other dude. You can see two of them in like 10 seconds of each other, which is pretty cool. Pretty sure I built them exactly the same. And our enderman farm, I went ahead and moved the endermite up a bit, so now there should be no chance of endermen bumping that minecart, because if that minecart gets bumped and it falls, yeah, the enderman will instantly kill that endermite and no problem whatsoever. So yeah, we don't want that to happen. I looked at that enderman and I was like, oh crap, he's coming to come after me. But nope, he's a fake one. He's a big one though. So anyway, guys, that'll do it for today's episode. That wraps up our trilogy kind of thing, if you want to call it a trilogy, for 3 episodes of the end. We got the Ender Dragon. I'm not going to look that way because I'll look at an Enderman. Got the Ender Dragon killed. Built a giant Enderman. Got our wings, finally. Turned off my cape, kind of. It's still here. Option, skin, and cape on. Yeah, so we can still have our cape, but I was, play with the normal elytra texture for a while. And we got the Enderman XP farm built. So now we can repair our tools instantly. Have access to unlimited ender pearls and XP, and yeah, everything's doing great. Next episode, it's kind of been thrown up in the air a little bit. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. I've got a lot of different projects I want to do, but a lot of things are kind of like popping up. I mean, like, I kind of need that, so it'll be a surprise for me too once I go to record the next episode what I actually do. But we got the Enderman farm built. We got 2 time lapses done this episode. First person one doing the tunnel, and our first third person time lapse building the actual farm. So I hope those were pretty entertaining. Let me know how I did on the third person one. I've been doing the first person ones for a while, but the third is new. 2 separate screens here, so it's kind of difficult to move one while still controlling the other, so it's gonna take some time to get used to, but hey, we'll get there, and I think it turned out pretty cool. So anyway, guys, that'll do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments section below. If you guys want to see me do a how to raid an end city guide type thing, leave a comment down below. I'll gladly make a video for you guys if that's what you want. I can do it as an episode of this series. I can do it as its own like separate tutorial. If you guys want, let me know and I will get it done. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Lets me know you guys enjoyed the content. Really makes me feel proud too when I look at it and I see likes and subscribers going up. It's like, yep, I'm doing something right. So anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Farewell.